It's Memorial Day, 2025, and so I thought it'd be fitting to talk about grief and loss. People always say Happy Memorial Day, and that seems weird to me because it's not happy, because it's Memorial Day is sort of solemn and somber because we're remembering and we're honoring those that gave their life for us, the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. And I'm grateful that we take a day to do that. However, it brings up a lot of grief and loss. So if you've had anyone that served or loved ones that you've lost, and from any reason, my heart goes out to you, and just all my love and prayers and thoughts and support I want to extend to you. Grief and loss is the toughest in my book. It's the toughest thing I've ever had to walk through. And I've learned a lot about getting through it gracefully without using vices or ending up in depression or, I already said vices, drinking, drugging, just grabbing onto things that are not good for me. And grief and loss is a massive adversity. And my most painful grief and losses have been my dad when I was young. So I never saw my real dad after the age of 5. And that has always been a huge, huge grief and loss. Not ever getting to be with my real biological father. And then the father that raised me died when I was only 23. I was adopted at 10 or 12. I can't remember. And then he died when I was 23. On Father's Day. That was horrible. That was a hard one. Really tough. I remember laying on the couch and all day and seeing the commercials. Happy Father's Day. And my dad had just passed away. So I never really had a solid dad figure in my life. And then I've had other grief and losses too. My most current grief and loss is the loss of my husband. So even though he's still here, but he left like a month ago or so. And so it's fresh, it hurts, it's raw. And that's a grief and loss too. Whether it's a death, a breakup, or someone leaves you, or you just lost something of very valuable to you. I have handled it the wrong way, and I've handled it the right way. And today I handle it the right way. I'm grateful to say. And the old me would be to drink and get mad and grab onto vices. I was more concerned and selfish about my own pleasure than doing the right thing. But today, even though my heart is absolutely ripped, broken, and I'm in pain over the loss of my husband, I've chosen to do it the right way. And I'm able to get up with a smile every day in spite of my pain because I have a process. And hopefully this process be helpful to you too. If you've lost anyone, what's been most helpful to me, number one, is to not use vices like drugs, alcohol, or people just to feel better. It's not about your comfort. It's about doing the right thing. And the number one thing that has helped me is to reflect internally and really grab onto that God above. And, talking to God is prayer. Listening to God is meditation. And sometimes that doesn't work. with grief and loss, because grief and loss is so painful, and we need people. We need people to get through it. And we need people that help our soul. And I've had to reach out to my sisters to help me through. The ones that'll let me cry, the ones that don't judge me or tell me what to do. They just let me be. They just love me where I'm at. You just know those people. You just know because your soul feels at home with them. So number one, don't use vices. Eat healthier. Be better. So number one is eat healthy and don't use vices. Yeah, don't do that. And of course, treat yourself. Don't kill yourself over your diet when you're going through grief and loss. It's like, if you're going to go crazy, eat a carb. It's not that serious. Eat a pint of ice cream or a quart. It's not that serious. Self-care is important right now during grief and loss. Self-care, self-care, self-care. And number two is get around people that care, people that genuinely care. Reach out. Do not sit alone. If you don't know who to reach out to, well, there's crisis lines that work awesome today. Just Google them. You can text them. They don't know who you are. You don't know who they are. They're awesome. There's always, always hope, no matter where you are. And the third thing in grief and loss is to make sure you get up every day and take a shower or rinse water on your face. Make sure you hit the water ASAP. There's something cleansing to your spirit as well as your body with water. Water, one of the most simple things. Drink it and make sure that you cleanse in it every day to keep your spirit clean too. And grief and loss will slowly, slowly lessen for you. You never ever forget, memories. That's why memories are so, so precious. You can shut them out, you can try, but they're always, always going to get in there and be close by. You can't buy memories. You can't buy history with people. It's a treasure that you just can't buy. And I think that's why grief and loss is so difficult, because every single person is irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable. You have a unique thumbprint that you are going to leave on this planet and on people's hearts and in people's lives. And I think it's our duty to help people. You are somebody's person. Somebody can only hear the message from you. Just as someone can only hear the message from me. I have a little cold today. Grateful that I have health insurance today, so I'm getting better. This means a lot to me. And grief and loss is really, really serious to me. It's something I take very serious. And another thing that has helped me, last thing I'll leave you with, is this help me not absorb the overwhelmed grief and loss and pain, but to be able to observe it from an outside view, bird's eye view, sometimes they call it, up above. Imagine yourself looking down. Be an observer, not an absorber, and honor the people you've lost. Honor them in some way is how you make the most of your everyday. I honor my husband in certain ways. Oh, he's away. Even though he hasn't died, to me, he's gone. So it's like a death. It's grief and loss. And I do certain things to to remember him and to honor him, even though, in spite of the circumstances, it's still a significant loss. And I'm doing horrific self-care and hanging around people and genuine friends that care, and taking care of myself spiritually, mentally, physically, so that I can be the best me for everyone around me and be a asset to this world instead of not being helpful and just being another burden on this planet. It's not going to be me. I believe we're here to be useful and helpful to people. So I have talked long enough. Grief and loss. If you're walking through that, I sincerely, my heart goes out to you. And remember to take care of you, that God loves you, and so do I.